Hi, so I have this overgrown aloe and it's been with me for I don't know, a good where are we, 2007, so maybe a good 14 years, 13 years with me, and it's been through a lot. You can see right here the damage. Some of it has been my rabbit. I've mentioned it before. He is a pest, cute pest, but nonetheless a pest, and it's pretty overgrown. But this looks really shabby, looks really gross right there. The ends look nice and neat, and it has some frostbite. And along with my rabbit, and just I relocated it. It was by itself and it was really nice and pretty, and then it went through some hardships, and I've been debating about it, but I think it's time that I do this. I take my X-Acto knife and just I'm going to get rid of these long ones and probably these ones, because as you can see right here, there's some new growth down there. You can see that. That looks pretty promising, and I think it's gonna do a lot better once I get rid of all of this. I'm gonna go ahead, chop it off, and once I chop it off, I'm going to leave these ends and probably place them in another container. And I bought some terracotta containers from, of course, the 99-cent store. If my stuff doesn't come from the 99-cent store, it probably comes from a thrift shop or the flea market swap meet. That's just how I buy my stuff, because gardening is probably my favorite hobby next to thrifting. So I combine those two together. Going back to my aloe, getting off course. So let me just, I'm gonna pause for a second and then I'll show you how I am going to dissect this. Okay, so this is what I've chopped off so far. They're pretty long. They're probably like 2 feet long. And there were some, I don't know what, some succulents. This is probably gonna end up in the compost. And my plan is to get rid of all of this and just leave the head, place it in another container. And when I was doing that, I noticed that this, well, not the top part, that it's not infected with it, but here where the sun wasn't shining, wasn't filtering, I can see some mealybugs. So I'm probably gonna use some soap water to get rid of them. That's usually what I use. I've seen videos where they can recommend, say, Nimbid. I can't remember, some sort of oil. If you know the name of it, you go ahead and correct me. I've never used it. Maybe I'll give it a try. And there are still these heads, and I think I'm gonna get rid of these ones too. I don't like the way they're looking. They're looking like lanky and scrawny and going all sorts of nasty stuff going over here. So I think I'm gonna chop these ones off too, and I'm gonna have to treat these new ones with something, soap or something, to get rid of those mealybugs. And I've noticed that I get mealybugs when it's cold or when the plant has been in the shade. That's always the case. You can see the roots are over here. I need to tuck this in. I need to place more soil in it. It's a pretty heavy plant, and that's the reason why I hadn't done any of this before. So I need to get rid of this now. So this is how I am going to leave this aloe for now. As you can see, I've gotten rid of most of the lanky ones. You can see the new growth there. So and I have to concentrate on the other ones which were lanky, and these new ones can grow nice and happy. I'm definitely gonna have to spray the soap solution. Some of the heads seemed a little bit more infested than others. Let me do a close-up. You can see it right there. It's getting dark.